Hey girls, it's Friday and I has a kitten. Fluffy kitten for your pleasure. He is being nice right now and fluffy and purring and not eating me. For my challenge, I had to come up with a list of books, one for every letter of the alphabet. So here it goes. A is for Along the Ride by Sarah Dessen. B is for Burn by Ellen Hopkins, except I haven't technically read it yet, but I think it's going to be one of my favorites, so I put it on the list. C is for Crank, also by Ellen Hopkins, which is an amazing book. D is for Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. E is for The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler. F is for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I think we all know who wrote that. And G is for the book that I just finished reading, Glass, the sequel to Crank, also by Ellen Hopkins, and it was amazing as well. H is for, guess what, the Harry Potter series, all of them. I is for Impulse by Ellen Hopkins, which is another one that I haven't read yet, but I'm sure I'm going to love it. J is for Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. K is for Keeping the Faith by Jodi Picoult. L is for Looking for Alaska by John Green. M is for My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. N is for 19 Minutes, also by Jodi Picoult. O is for Order of the Phoenix. I separated that one out because it's my absolute favorite. P is for Paper Towns by John Green. Q is for Quidditch Through the Ages. I know, I'm probably impressed that I came up with a Q book. R is for The Red Book by Barbara Lehman. And that book is actually a picture book, and it does not have any words in it. It's all pictures, and you have to kind of put the story together yourself. And it's really cool. S is for Sweet Scarlett by Maureen Johnson. T is for The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants by Brashares. Not really sure how to pronounce her last name. U is for The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. V is for Vanishing X by Jodi Picoult. W is for Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. Y is actually for a fan fiction, and it's called You Want to Make a Memory, and it's by Mooney Lupin on the Harry Potter fan fiction forums. I'm going to put a link to it in doobly-doo because it's my favorite fan fiction ever. And Z is for John Green's Zombie Apocalypse novella. Yep, you're probably impressed that I came up with a Z as well. But you may have noticed that I skipped X. Because guess what? Never in my life have I ever read a book that starts with an X. And I even looked up books that start with an X, thinking I may have forgotten one. But no, none of them look familiar. There are hardly any books out there that start with an X besides like something like Xylophone Playing or something like that. There aren't really any fiction books. So I pose a challenge to you girls. If any of you can come up with a book that starts with an X that is not anything to do with xylophone instruction or anything like that, some sort of like fiction book that you find, and send me what it's called and the author, and I will look for it at a library. If I can find it at a library, I will read it. If I read it and it actually does become one of my favorite books, then whoever suggested it to me is allowed to tell me to do a silly, stupid type video. Yeah, I will see you on Monday.